Have you ever stopped and really asked yourself, what's actually in charge inside my own head? I mean, what is the power that lets your mind think a thought, or lets your eyes see? Well, we're going to dive deep into that, because one of the world's most ancient texts, the Kena Upanishad, is all about that one single mind-blowing question.
This is the very first line, and wow, it frames everything that follows. It's not asking how your mind works, the mechanics of it. It's asking, by whose power does it work at all? Who is the real director behind the scenes of your thoughts, your senses, your very life? That's the mystery we're unpacking.
All right, so here's the cool part. The Upanishad doesn't just give you some dry philosophical lecture. Nope, it tells a story, a kind of cosmic drama that's designed to completely pull the rug out from under our assumptions about who we are and where power comes from. So, the story kicks off with the Devas, the gods. Now, you can think of them as these huge cosmic forces, but also as the different powers inside of us. And they've just won this epic battle, and they are feeling good about themselves. But right there, they make a huge mistake. They start thinking, yeah, we did this. This victory, this power, it's ours. They take all the credit.
So, right in the middle of their victory party, this thing just shows up. It's called a yaksha, a mysterious, powerful spirit. And what it really is the ultimate reality, Brahman, just appearing out of nowhere. And the gods who think they know everything and run the whole show are just staring at it, completely clueless.
So the two heavy hitters decide to investigate. First up is Agni, the god of fire. You can think of him as our power to perceive things. He's super confident. Then comes Vayu, the god of wind, who's like our life force, our energy. They're both puffed up, ready to go show this mystery guest who's really in charge around here.
And the Yaksha's response is, well, it's almost insulting. It doesn't throw down a mountain or summon some great beast. It just puts a single little piece of straw on the ground, looks at the god of all fire, and says, burn this. Just do your thing.
And what happens next is just shocking. Agni focuses all of his cosmic power, everything he is, onto this tiny straw. And nothing. Not even a wisp of smoke. He can't even singe it. The very principle of fire just fails. He has to go back to the other gods, totally humiliated, with no explanation.
Vayu sees this and thinks, okay, my turn. He summons a hurricane, an unbelievable gale force wind, and aims it all at that same little straw. And again, absolutely nothing. The straw doesn't budge. The lesson here is becoming crystal clear. The power to burn isn't in the fire, and the power to move isn't in the wind. Their power is borrowed from somewhere else.
Okay, so the two biggest forces in the cosmos have just been completely humbled. Their egos are crushed. So now, the king of the gods, Indra, who represents the mind itself, our intellect, he steps forward. And his encounter is what leads to the great revelation.
But check this out, Indra's experience is totally different. He doesn't get challenged with the straw. The moment he, the mind, approaches the yaksha to try and figure it out, to analyze it like an object, poof, it's gone. And that's the whole point. You can't grasp the ultimate reality with your mind, because it's not an object for your mind.
And in the spot where the mystery was, a new figure appears. Uma, the goddess of wisdom. She's the one who can finally explain what's going on. And her message is simple and direct. That thing you couldn't understand, that wasn't just some spirit. That was Brahman, the source of all your power. The power behind your victory, your glory, everything.
So what in the world is Brahman? The Upanishad gives this incredible definition. It's not a thing you can see or hear or touch. It's the unseen seer. It's the power of sight that's looking through your eyes right now. It is the ear of the ear, the silent capacity for hearing that allows your physical ears to work. It's the mind of the mind, the quiet, still awareness in which all your thoughts are happening. It's not the movie, it's the screen.
This, of course, leads to a really fascinating riddle. If Brahman isn't an object that your mind can grab onto, then how could you possibly ever know it? I mean, how can your own eye turn around and see itself seeing?
And the Upanishad is way ahead of us. It basically sets a trap for our ego. The second your brain goes, aha, I get it, I know what Brahman is, in that very moment, you've lost it. Because you've just turned it into another idea,
another object in your mind. But Brahman isn't the known, it's the ultimate knower.
Just think about how we normally know things. You pick up a phone. There's you, the knower, and the phone, the thing being known. It's a two-part transaction. But knowing Brahman is completely different. It's knowledge through identity. You don't learn about Brahman like a subject in school. You have the sudden realization that your own deepest self is Brahman. The knower and the known just merge into one.
So how do you get there? The Upanishad actually gives a method. It's called Pratibodha Viditam. And all that really means is that it's recognized in every single moment of knowing. It's that constant, silent background awareness that's lighting up every thought, every feeling, every sound you're experiencing. It is the one thing that never ever changes. It's right here, right now, as the awareness listening to my voice.
But this isn't just about having some kind of one-off mystical experience. The text makes it really clear that for this incredible knowledge to stick, to actually become your reality, it has to be built on a solid foundation in your life.
The Upanishad says this wisdom literally stands on 3 legs. The first is tapas, which is all about disciplined focus. The second is dhamma, or self-restraint, not letting your senses run wild. And the third is karma, doing your actions in the world correctly, without selfish attachment. Without these 3, the knowledge just stays as an idea. It can't truly take root and transform you.
And then, the text ends by putting the stakes on the table in the clearest way possible. It says, look, this isn't just a fun thought experiment. To realize this truth, right here, in this life, that is a life lived successfully. And to miss it, well, that is the greatest loss imaginable.
So after that whole cosmic journey with gods and spirits, the Upanishad brings us right back to the very beginning, right back to our own experience. The search for the ultimate power isn't about looking through a telescope at the stars. It's about looking inward. So the final question is for you. Who or what is it that's aware of the thought you're thinking in this very second?